Welcome to The Center, your DC Sports Weekly Review. Here's your host, Ben Simon.
Welcome back to The Center, everyone. So nice of you to join us again for this DC Sports Weekly Review and preview of what's to come. I'm Ben Simon. Let's go and get started. The Washington Wizards, they played at Dallas on Monday, and it didn't go well at all. Dallas won the second quarter 31-15, and the final score was 98-75. Dennis Smith Jr. for the Mavericks had this nice 360-degree dunk. The Wizards shot 30% from the field, 22% from the line, and Bradley Beal led the way with 18 points off 4 for 14 shooting. Oubre waved goodbye to an ejected Maverick, and then once Oubre got barreled into by 5'10" JJ Barea, John Wall got in the face of Barea and had some words for him. JJ ended up getting the technical, not John Wall, but there were some verbal insults being thrown after the game. John said, "Just a little midget trying to get mad. I don't pay him no mind." And Barea went right back and went for the cutthroat. He said, "Now I have somebody in the NBA that I don't like. That's my first. I don't like him at all now. But I don't think his teammates like him either. So it's nothing new for him." Ooh, oh snap, baby. JJ, I see you. Let's get a little replay on that. All right, so we got JJ looking like Jose Altuve, getting real low. Bump. Oh, John Wall. See ya. Oh, my goodness. And plus, John, really, with the midget insult? Come on, we're past that. So this probably alludes to a players-only meeting that didn't go well. We know that John Wall bought his teammates Rolexes, so he has that going for him, but I guess money can't really buy you happiness. Let's move on. Thursday, Wizards traveled to Oklahoma City. That game was on TNT. Wizards were down 54-40 at half, but rallied to tie the game at 68. Unfortunately, Russell Westbrook had a season-high 46, including this vicious dunk that he had over all of the Wizards in that game. Bradley Beal dropped a 41-point, 7-assist, 12-rebound night and became the youngest player ever to score 780 three-pointers. Unfortunately, the Wizards succumbed, in part due to a couple of dagger threes by Raymond Felton. Look at that little belly. I love it. Look at that little chub right there. Good. Final 121-112. Saturday, played at Atlanta, and I was watching that game, and those jerseys that Atlanta is using are eyesores. Let's get a closer look. What are those? What are those? Well, it doesn't matter. The Wizards barreled over the 14-35 Hawks. John Wall was held out of the game due to apparent knee soreness. John, what are you doing? Sit down. Tim Frazier had a season-high 14 assists. We had a Markieff Morris sighting as he scored a game-high 23 points, including a season-high 23 points. And the final score was 129-104. So as far as the standings are concerned, we're still in 5th place, just a game back of Miami, but only one game over the 8th-seeded Bucks. So a very close battle for those 5 through 8th seeds. Fortunately, the 9th-seeded Detroit Pistons are 4 games below us. The big topic of discussion, though, this week was John Wall. Is he a good teammate? How is his health? Is he conscious after getting verbally slapped out by JJ Barea? This is all going to be a topic of discussion, especially if the Wizards don't make the playoffs this year. As far as an upcoming schedule, the Wizards get to rematch the Thunder at home, then a big test at Capital One Center against the number 2 seeded team, the Raptors, and that will be followed by a road matchup versus Orlando, who we've gone 2-0 against this season. That game will start a short 3-game road trip that includes Indianapolis and Philadelphia. The Washington Capitals, they had one game this week before the All-Star break, and it went well. They were playing the Florida Panthers, and they got to feast on a goalie who it was his second career start. So fortunately for the Caps, the Panthers were not the ones preying on mammals tonight. Alex Ovechkin had his 30th goal of the season and also spun his 500th career assist. And that happened along with Backstrom So now it's just Ovi and Backstrom as the only ones who have 500 career assists with the Capitals. And third place all time is Michael Pavanka with 418 assists. Wilson and Connolly found the back of the net, and the Caps snapped their losing streak, winning 4-2. Let's celebrate the All-Star break. Ovechkin, Holtby, and Trotz are the representative for the Caps. Ovi, this is his franchise record 9th time making the All-Star festivities, and Trotz is coaching the Metropolitan team for the 2nd time in 3 years. Standings, well, the Caps are still on top over the Blue Jackets, Penguins, and Devils. They have a 6-point advantage over all of those teams. And for schedule, the next one is at home against Philadelphia on January 31st, followed by a road date with Pittsburgh on February 1st, then a home midday matchup with Las Vegas on Sunday, February 4th. Those are all huge games. You know, Perry, these Instagram models, I just don't really get it. I mean, they have nice bodies and everything, but I mean, they're just doing like little faces like... I mean, I could be an Instagram model, right? Thanks, little bro. Appreciate it. Let's get some Washington Nationals back in our lives, shall we? And it seems like my prayers may be answered, as the Nationals are reported to be looking into a replacement for Matt Wieters, most notably, perhaps, a young, athletic JT Realmuto from the dumpster fire that is the Miami Marlins. Federal Baseball's article by Will Kobzanski went into it in depth, and the news was reported by Craig Mish and John Heyman. The Marlins just traded away Christian Yelich, so the menacing outfield of Stanton, Ozuna, and Yelich has really just been blown up like the Death Star. Thank you, Derek Jeter. According to the Washington Post, Jorge Castillo, the Marlins' asking price for Realmuto is looking like top prospect Victor Robles, but the Nats have stated that he is one of their untouchable players, including Rendon, Trey Turner, and second best prospect Juan Soto. With all of the other NL East teams not looking like contenders, us Nats fans are like Dr. Evil, looking over our landscape, thinking about world domination, but ultimately understanding that we can't have nice things. Let's move on. The Washington Redskins, it's their off season, but we have a little bit of news as Jeremy Bergman at NFL.com reported that Washington re-signed linebacker Mason Foster for a 2-year contract worth $7 million. Foster's 2017 season was cut short after 5 games with a torn labrum suffered in Week 2. He finished the season with 30 combined tackles, an interception, and half a sack. Fellow 28-year-old linebackers Zach Brown and Will Compton are also set to hit free agency, while other unrestricted free agents include Kirk Cousins, Terrell Pryor, D'Angelo Hall, and Trent Murphy. You know, the Redskins front office is mulling these decisions over like when you're in the rush at a grocery store. It's probably not going to end up well. But let's move on. And now, for a special Super Bowl performance, Sizzle. What up, ladies and gentlemen? Look, I know all about throwing Super Bowl parties. I'm Sizzle. One thing I know, it starts out with that food. So, yeah, Super Bowl party, y'all can come through. We got the best food and I got my whole crew. We bringing plenty of beer to sip. Jordan coming through with the buffalo chicken dip. We mix that dingness up in the crock pot. Pam holding it down with the chips and the guac. All these things bring a grin to my stomach, and for all my juice, we got the veggies and the hummus, only the best. That's why we got the Sabra. We got David cooking up a frittata. We all know Brady's gonna get another ring, so Rosie stopped by the Subway to pick up chicken wings. I don't discriminate, ranch and blue cheese. Zara's got the cookies and Josh got the brie. We got good people around, so it don't matter. But Matt's gonna make us feel healthy with the fruit platter. For dessert, we got brownies and cake. The lady's gonna eat up Justin Timberlake, and I'm sure he's hearing this and feeling so delighted. But for real, all y'all invited, but Ben Simon. I I didn't want to get invited anyways. So, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I have things to do. I think. Yeah, I got plans. Anyways, let's move on. Let's look into some high school hoops. We did have a couple huge games, including this big one, Tuesday, Bishop O'Connell versus Gonzaga. O'Connell was down 6 heading into the fourth quarter, but made it extremely competitive until the end as Nebraska commit Xavier Johnson poured in 23 points. But in the end, Gonzaga prevailed 58-57 off a wonderful performance by sophomore Terrence Williams, who notched 19 points with 2 threes and 16 rebounds. Gonzaga is now number 2 in the Washington Post standings, and O'Connell fell to 11 after this loss, plus a heartbreaking loss to PVI at home. That's going to wrap it up, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in again. We'll be back around next week, and from the center of DC Sports, we wish you a wonderful evening. Have a great night.